on the cutback. I could have been wrong.
I think it was Candler. Are you live on your end? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on my phone then. I thought I saw somebody in the comments of one of the other games show that the Maumelle game was down, so I don't know. And that'll do it at the end of the first quarter. So a quarter of play is down here in Maumelle as the Hornets lead the Sylvan Hills Bears 7-0. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with our second quarter right here on the Maumelle Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
All right, welcome back, folks, as we are here at Hornet Stadium and ready and set for our second quarter of play. And Sylvan Hills football, second down and about 6 for the Bears as they try to even the score up here at 7 in the second quarter. So Hampton at quarterback, Sherwin as well as I believe that's Penn as they go in the I formation. This isn't your typical I. Sherwin's not your typical fullback. They'll pitch it. Penn fumbled it. Ball's on the ground. And the Hornets, I believe, fell on it. Let's see.
Yes, they did.
And that is a Maumelle Hornet fumble recovery, and the Hornets get their first takeaway of the season.
Looks like 53 on the recovery there. Connor Forte. You talked about Forte a couple times now.
So Connor Forte was a young man that we affectionately dubbed Baby Cakes with his pancake blocking ability last year. And so we're excited. Connor's a fun one, and he's going to be a lot of fun to watch this season. He had an older brother that came through the program who we called Pancake, and so Baby Cakes got his name, and so looking forward to maybe seeing a whole bunch of pancakes out there. And, again, that brings me to my next point. Hey, you know, we like to give our offensive linemen love. If you want to sponsor if you make pancakes and you want to be a pancake sponsor of our offensive line, we'd love to have you.
Oh, and those are highlight plays for those guys.
Yes, they are. They don't get many highlights, but they get those. So Bjork steps up. This could be a double pass. Lost caught left. They got a man wide open all the way out there. That's Frost. Frost runs under it. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6 as Jonathan Frost scores from 48 yards out.
Now, it's a great play. Great sell by Frost to sell the block and put the corner to sleep and then take off right by him. And a great ball. Who threw that ball? Was it 7? He's the only one back here.
I think that's Worsham, which would have been the backup quarterback last year. And I'm going to have to jump back over here and get the replay just so I can tell you who it was for sure.
It was either 7 or 31.
That was the running back.
Whoever it was took a shot, too. The kick's up. The kick gets
blocked, yeah. I think that might have been Bubba, lefty, because that was a left-handed throw. Was that Bubba that threw that touchdown?
And I replayed it and everything, and I'm not sure.
I'm 99% certain now that was my guy Bubba Johnson on the pass. So, if so, add that to Bubba's highlight reel. He can do it all.
He stood in there, he took a shot, and he let that thing fly.
I have to go back and see if I can pull that up. That was a heck of a play. So the extra point blocked as we got another American Pie Pizza touchdown on the board. And again, go see our friends at American Pie Pizza, 9709 Maumelle Boulevard, right here in Maumelle. And they've also got a couple of other locations, one over in Lakewood and North Little Rock and one over at Colonel Glenn as well.
You know, I'm a big fan of how they laid that out. A lot of your double passes, right, the quarterback's just going to throw it backwards. You kind of sell the quarterback, the quarterback sneak, quarterback draw type thing, and he throws it backwards. Gives the defense one more thing to look at to try and get their eyes in the wrong spot before you throw that double pass.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that was a point I was going to make. I thought Bjork did a phenomenal job, especially when you know the threat to run is there with Bjork. Mm-hmm. They set that up well. This one going to be kicked deep, returnable at about the 17-yard line. That's Cleo Penn. He's dangerous across the 30, outside to the 35. Don't let him get green grass, and they will not as they'll pull him down at the 42-yard line. And a nice return for Cleo Penn, and the Bears have got good field position to start this drive.
Looks like 12, Caden Brooks was your first Hornet there to get him wrapped up, and that's a big thing. Says Caden Brooks here. Look, he's a sophomore. Big deal for a sophomore to be able to get his hands on Cleo Penn. We know how electric he can be, so a good play right there by Caden.
Yeah, I went back and was watching some of the highlights from last season, and that was one of the number one things that kind of stuck out to me was Cleo Penn, especially in the return game. He had several returns for touchdowns last year. He is a dangerous weapon for this Sylvan Hills team. All right, so Hampton out there. Penn's going to be to his right. I believe that's Sherwin to his left. Three receivers in the set. They'll give it away to Sherwin as he tries to go to the right, and the Hornets are all over it. Elijah Newell right there, as well as 32. Is that?
They're 33, I think. 33.
Okay, that's Dalen Larry. First time we've called Larry's name.
And there's that edge, Steve. Newell was out there to set the edge, didn't have anywhere to go. Going fast.
Now Hampton, high snap, gets it down, gives it away to Penn. Penn balls out again, and I think Maumelle got another one.
Oh.
Let's see, as Penn, that's 2 fumbles for Cleo Penn. And as they unpile, I think Sylvan Hills may come out of there with it, and they did. So the Bears get a break.
Looked like it was big 76 Jalen Harris that poked that out. Now, you know I said earlier with 6'7 Jordan Harris, look for the tall guy. We've got Jalen Harris like 6'7 too.
So I don't know what Mama Harris, what Mama or Daddy Harris got to be pretty large as well. Got to be some tall folks because those are brothers. Jalen and Jordan are brothers. That ball's caught. Nice throw. Going to be out to the outside at midfield is Sherwin as he'll cross right at midfield. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, it's a good play by Sylvan Hills to get back in front of the sticks. Not really in front of the sticks, it's 4th down now, but 4th and 2 is much more manageable. But they're running on. Looks like some new personnel might just kick it away this time.
Wow, I'm a little surprised that they'd punt this. I know it's 13-0, but that would be – I'm pretty surprised by this. 23 is the punter, Tyler Scott, another sophomore.
I guess their last 2 short yardages, though, they didn't get a whole lot, so they were close even on 4th and 1, so – might really keep them away from wanting to do that again.
Now Frost, the return man. Snap, good snap. And they'll get this one. This is a much better kick than their first punt. Frost is going to get a chance, though, at the 20. Frost across the 25, trying to get the corner at the 30, and he's going to be pulled down the 35, and a PI roofing penalty comes flying at the end of that play.
I'm thinking you may see a hold there. Don't think it was a face mask or anything. I think your only option was a hold by your gunner blocker out there.
We'll let the officials kind of talk about this one, and give me a minute to talk about our sponsors. As our first down sponsor, Acre Family Pharmacy, located at 1900 Club Manor Drive, Suite 101. Give them a call at 501-274-1130, or you can visit them online at acrepharmacy.com. And obviously, now's the time where you need your pharmacist more than ever. There's so much stuff going around right now. Viruses with school starting back, and I'm sure you're seeing plenty of it. Being in the school systems again there, Tyler.
You get all the sick kids, especially that first week. They come in contact with each other again, start swapping all kinds of viruses. You don't even know what's floating around out there in the classroom.
That's right. So, all right. So, yeah, go see our friends over at Acre Family Pharmacy for all of your pharmacy needs.
Wash your hands, kids. Yeah. Wash your hands.
Is that Newell in the backfield
play
now?
Clock.
I'm curious what we got. Bjork, yeah. We're going to get a penalty. I don't think they got it off.
Took a little bit too long on the sideline getting the play in there. Couldn't get rushed up quick enough.
Let's make sure to join us at halftime for our Akel's halftime show. As we'll have the band's performance looks like they're practicing, getting ready, and as well as our scores from around the state. Now Bjork gets it. He'll fake it. Looking over, going to throw it up. Got his man out there. Just couldn't run underneath it.
If you watch that back, okay, your corner gets a little bit of a tug, and I will promise you that is coached 100%. You get that little tug, you don't hold on, but it slows him down enough because that referee back behind, he's too far behind to be able to see that little tug. That's going to be done. That's good technique right there, and 100% that was the technique that was coached, and it worked for him.
So 2nd and 15 now. Bjork. He'll get the snap. This time he'll hand it off, trying to get around the corner. Outside of the 25. Good speed across the 30. Is that Elijah Newell? And it is. Wow.
All right, we need that pancake sponsor because we just got our first one.
Oh, we got a late PI roofing penalty.
I wasn't even watching
I think that might have been the lineman talking about his pancake. Oh, boy, you're right. That was that was quite a hit. I can't see the number.
Which way? It looks like Maumelle players are pointing towards Sylvan Hills. We'll see what happens. There's a little discussion going on with the white hat. We'll see what we decide.
Oh, so that was our favorite freshman that got the pancake. That was Hayden Sublett who came back with the crackback block, got that one.
Give the young man some pancakes. Come on.
Yeah.
Not that he needs to get any bigger for a freshman.
We got some folks in the comments trying to figure out where we went a few minutes ago. Don't worry, we didn't know we went anywhere either, so we apologize. Hopefully that's the last of our technical issues for the evening. So about to walk off this PI roofing penalty, it looks like.
It looks like it's going to be on Sylvan Hills, but it just had to be talking. You know, I didn't see anything, anybody touch anybody else, but, you can say some stuff that's going to also draw the penalty flag.
Again, good. If that was the case, give our Hornets a lot of credit for just keeping their own cool and let the other team get penalized. So now in the backfield, it's going to be Jaden Worsham to the left of Bjork. And that snap caught by Worsham. They're trying to reverse it. Somehow he got it to him. And a block by Bjork. And Timmons is going to go nowhere, though. Oh, what a play.
Sylvan Hills thought they took there were about 6 different spots of that play that I held my breath.
Yeah, Worsham was in trouble from the outset. I don't know how he got that pitch to Timmons. I have no idea how he got it to him. And then Sylvan Hills did rip it out at the very end, but I'm going to say the play was over.
It was blown up from the start. That's one where you don't even want to try to get the double reverse off. Put the ball in danger right there.
So 2nd down and 19 here with Bjork. And I think that's actually Elijah next to him now. They'll fake it, go into the left side off the fingertips of Frost and incomplete.
Yeah, they got 2 guys over Frost now. They're getting ready for that quick pass. They double moved earlier with the double pass, but they've got 2 guys out there now. It's going to be tougher to get the quick stuff off.
Just remember, Timmons was 31 last year, so that's kind of throwing me off with the Bubba Johnson thing at 31 right now. So 3rd down, 19 here, 8:37 to go in our first half. Hornets with a 13-0 lead. Bjork. He'll get the snap, fakes it. They're going to set up the screen. That's Newell, makes the catch out across the 50. Breaks a tackle at the 45. Good block. 40. Breaks the corner. 30. 25. 20. 15. Going to be pushed out at the 10. But, yeah, there's a couple of PI roofing penalties on the crackback block. It's still going to be a first down from the Hornets. But
Steve, I don't even know if they're going to get the crackback. What I think they're going to get is a hold. It was a pretty obvious hold right there. So it was tough. I think the block may have been pretty clean, but definitely had a hold there as the corner was trying to get away.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, now that I look back, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a crackback, but I think it was actually a really good legal block.
Yep.
But it was the hold on the corner that got him. Yeah, that's one of those out of the corner of my eye, I saw the hit, and I thought, oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that, for sure it looked like one that if you didn't see all of it, you thought somebody came back and cleaned somebody up and got some flags out there. But I think it was just a hold. Either way, it's going to back us up. But went from 3rd and 20 to a much more 3rd and whatever it may end up being
They're going to walk this off from the 38
7, 3rd and 7 maybe, much more manageable. Oh, he's still
they're going to walk it off from the 48-yard line. There was a couple of flags. They're enforcing the hold. So we had multiple holds, it looks like, on the Hornets. The one they enforce is the one from the 48-yard line. So wipe away the Acre Pharmacy first down after the PI roofing penalty. And we'll go right back just about to where we were before. It's going to be 3rd and about 15 this time, it looks like.
Well, exactly where that hold took place, but it felt like it was on the other side of the first down. So I don't know where they stepped that off from.
Well, so that's twice that's happened where it was past the first down. And then unless there's a rule change, I thought that they
should be from the spot.
Yeah. Now Bjork claps his hands. He'll get the snap. They'll fake the handoff, trying to set up another screen. Instead, they double pump to Frost, and Frost was double covered. Had good bracket coverage that time by the Bears.
They said we're not going to let 2 beat us again. That's what they said. We're taking him out of there. So you're just going to have somebody else step up. And as we talked about, we know we got guys out there that can. Just got to make sure to help Bjork to find them.
You had to go back. Worsham, I thought if he could have seen Worsham right there on the other side of the line, they may have had a chance as Worsham had kind of broken open right over the middle of the field. But
yeah,
I don't think Bjork could see him.
I want to go back to that screen. Even though it got called back, it was great timing by Coach Bertram right there. He got him sending a blitz, all-out pressure. Really good timing, just unfortunate you had the hold there.
So Timmons is their punter as he's back, ready to kick this one away. It's Jalen Harris in front of him. Hornets weren't set. They're going to get the punt away anyway. This one's a bad kick. And I think this one's blown dead. The Hornets were not set, and that's what it is. Yeah, it's going to be a PI roofing penalty.
Good thing they weren't set right there, because unfortunately wasn't the best kick there.
Well, as of where the ball finished out, we would have lost 2 yards on that punt.
But you know what? I'm gonna give Timmons benefit. He heard the whistle.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So he's like, I'm not even gonna waste the kick here. 100%. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think that was Bubba Johnson who tried to kind of shift down a little bit. How about this? How about you got is Bjork your snapper? Yeah. So your quarterback is your long snapper here.
It's not the first time I've seen that, Steve. A lot of times those long snappers, the snappers, they got to be able to throw the ball. So your quarterback's usually pretty good at that spot if you trust him not to get hurt.
That line drive kick's going to end up really good for the Hornets. I thought Sylvan Hills was actually going to get a piece of that. Instead, it rolls dead at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Bears will start with 7:53 to go in the half.
If Bubba was our guy moving, he gets the player of the play that time.
Yes.
There's a big difference there in both of those kicks.
It was a very good PI roofing penalty. Great job. Great job, Bubba.
Give him a plus on the grade sheet, Coach, whenever you're going through it. He knew what was coming.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, look, my stuff's working this time. I can actually pull these games up now. No, I can't.
Well, don't speak too soon now.
I don't know what's going on. Must be my access to internet. So Hampton gets the snap. He wants to throw into the slot. Got his man, and he is met and driven back. And got to get a number on that Hornet as they'll mark this one at the 34-yard line.
I think you had 7 over there and 20-something.
Looks like it's going to be Barham as we getting able to hear our PA announcer out there. So I think that was Barham who made that tackle.
Isaiah Rivera for the Bears on the catch there.
So Hampton at quarterback. I think that's pinned to his left. Motion man is Billings, and then Hampton gave it to Billings. Got a PI roofing penalty on the field, though. Looks like that might be a hold on the Bears.
I mean, that's in your ideal spot for a hold.
Well, and 53 just kind of turned around and shrugged his shoulders like, sorry, guys.
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do, Coach?
That's Houston Shaw, senior offensive lineman. Obviously, we won't know the number here, but I believe that's who that hold's going to be on.
At least with the look back, looks like he's like, man. He's like, yeah, that's on me, Coach. It's fine, young man. Just go back and make up for it.
It's not a hold. Chop block.
Oh, high low on him, huh?
Yep.
Can't be engaged and somebody go low. Player safety. We talked about it earlier with the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
The player safety in everything that we got here.
And I want to say, a good job by the AAA as well as all the administrators involved in the decisions this week to really pay attention to the situation and do the right things for the kids and not overreact and start canceling weeks of games and and really push things back. So Hampton gets the snap. He wants to go deep. Instead, he brings it down. He's going to take off. He's got room to run, and Barham will chase him out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So that'll bring up a third down for the Bears.
He was geared up to launch that thing. He took about 3 hitch steps up in the pocket, and he was about to let it go. But pretty good coverage on the back end by your Hornet defensive backs, and, forces him to scramble, brings up a 3rd and long. It's a good situation for a defense.
Yeah, a young man that was kind of I'm ready to see what he can do, but he's playing a lot out here in corner right here on the near side. It's Cato Hunter, and he had great coverage on that play, which is why Hampton couldn't load up and throw that ball down the field.
Just playing on an island. He's a guy I told you, a college coach come to a practice. He might get offered just by how he looks.
Mm-hmm. And now, boy, good pressure as they tried to set up what looked like a screen to Sherwin. Hornets were all over that one in the backfield, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And again, to a point you made earlier, Tyler, about this pass rush and being able to just get after the quarterback, they showed it right there again.
Make him uncomfortable. And then your guy, Baby Cakes, is that what we call him, Connor Forte? He kind of sniffed that one out a little bit. Had they completed it, not sure if he was going to make the play, but he was at least there by the intended receiver to make it difficult on the Bears to complete that pass.
So Tyler Scott in punt formation for the Bears. 7 minutes to go in the half. Scott back to return. Or Frost, sorry. Jonathan Frost back to return. That snap a little high. Brought down, and now the kick is away. Good kick. And that's Newell on this return. Newell lets it hit. Now he's going to chase it down, picks it up at the 20. And let's see if the speed can get him around the corner. Boy, if he'd have split that one. Instead, down at the 33-yard line. And that's where the Hornets will start this drive.
Let that thing take a couple bounce where he could just easily pick it up. Good job being patient there. Looks like he was about to give up on it, but it took that last good bounce for him, able to make some positive yards there. What you're looking for on a punt return, you're at least looking for a 1st down. If you can get 10 yards on a punt return, an offense loves that. Get them an extra 1st down there, get them an extra 10 yards, and that's a plus on the punt return team.
Wendy Potter in the comments says she's so grateful for our live stream and just too hot to get out here tonight. Hey, I do not blame you. Give Sylvan Hills credit, though. They filled up that visitor stand over there, and our Hornets have really done a good job on our end. But, hey, do us a favor. Since you stayed home tonight, I need you to go see one of our sponsors this weekend. So you may need to go get you an American Pie Pizza and a Pizookie this weekend. So Bjork gets the snap, got whistles, and blow this one dead on the PI roofing penalty.
Seems like you're probably going to get a false start there. Sylvan Hills does so much moving in the box up on the line of scrimmage, causing offensive linemen to get a little jumpy up there. It looks like that's probably what happened. A lot of shifting on the defensive line makes it tough on offensive linemen to, know their assignment. All right, it's changing their eyes, not sure who's going to end up in what gap.
Must have been on Baby Cakes because I think that's Jalen Harris. It just replaced Connor Forte. Now Forte actually going to get – looks like he's going to get some treatment from Band-Aid over here on the sideline. So maybe he cramped up. That's why he got a false start. A little jitterbug in the middle is worse. I'm trying to somehow come out of that, and he's got a 7-yard gain on the play. Looks like out to about the 36-yard line.
Had a lot of stuff going on around him, and he did really good, keeping his eyes downfield, making some moves, making a couple guys miss to make it positive. Had guys flying by him on both sides.
Justin Morris, he's out there listening in the stands, so we appreciate that for sure. Braving the heat and listening to us. That's a brave gentleman right there.
You're willing to pay the ticket price and still give us the watch, too. That's big time.
Absolutely. So Bjork on 2nd and 9. He'll hand this one away, and, boy, that one is eat up in the backfield. And that
Malachi Summons.
Yeah, Summons is a very, very good-looking young man out there. He has got some serious size. He caught my attention in that Robinson game last week. And I don't think we've got sizes on here, but he's every bit of 6'4", you think? I mean, it's a lot of young man.
That's when you try and get that guy cut off, and he just wasn't having it that time.
So 3rd down and 12 here as Bjork gets the play call, now surveys the defense.
We had about 10 seconds. We're going to have to hurry here. Looks like they're going to get it off. Yep.
He will. Bjork steps back. Now he'll roll to his left. He's got a man in the slot. That's where tough throw there. That's a tough throw to try to set your feet and make a good throw.
Timmons was kind of running, a little bit of a post route, but when he saw the scramble, he started to come back. You kind of got into scramble drill mode for Timmons, he started coming back to the quarterback, but I don't think Bjork was ready for that. Bjork tried to throw the route that he was running. So just a little miscommunication there. That's something late as you go on through the year, they start figuring out what each other likes and, should be better as it goes on. But Timmons was trying to get the scramble drill growing. Bjork wasn't ready for it yet.
So punt team on the field here as Timmons.
About half the punt team, though, not all of them.
They're going to have to take the delay of game here, it looks like. And, no, don't call the time. Oh, they do call the timeout.
Because they were missing 2. They ran one guy on late, but they still needed one more. Yep, they had 10. Started with 9.
Looks like Elijah Newell didn't get the memo. As he didn't make his way down here. That's who they're talking to on the sideline right now. So timeout, second timeout of the half for the Hornets. So they'll have one left. We'll have a 4th down and 12. And a good group watching us right now. We got just over 100 on the stream right now. And I'm going to jump over here and take a look at this Robinson game. We got some work to do. They got 245 watching that one over there.
It's also one of the marquee games of the week now. And, it's tough to compete. And we also dropped a little bit through. Probably lost a couple. But good numbers, after we kicked you off for a second for some reason. We still don't know why it happened.
Hopefully we'll work through those potential hiccups. We'll be all good. But PA currently leads that one 14-0. So we'll see if Robinson can make a push as they're getting about midway through the second quarter.
No more King Freeman over there. They got to find somebody else to give him those big firework plays.
I talked to Scola when I was over there for the benefit game, and he believes he's got 4 guys that he feels about as good as he felt about Noah. So we'll see if that translates out on the field for the rest of the season.
That's some big words if you got 4 guys.
Yes.
That are that good.
That snap going to be caught by Timmons as he line drives this punt. And Sylvan Hills will let this one roll, as that is Billings, who lets it go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Bears will start this position.
Timmons doesn't get a lot of height on those punts. What he gets is he gets really good rotation. So whenever it bounces, it's shooting upfield and he's adding 15 extra yards to the punt just because of that spin. And then they're sending so many guys after the punt to try and block it. No real chance for the returner to get anything out of it.
Update from over at the U. Mills leads Blytheville 15-0. That game's got about 8 minutes to go in the first half. And kind of excited about that crew over there, too. My buddy Trip Keeter, you guys know the voice of Trip Keeter. He's the one that came up with the Pazuki three-point call. I'll never forget. I think I had to go to Lone Oak that night to do a setup for a basketball game, and we were playing at Jacksonville, and I told him, I said, you're going to call the girls' game tonight. And I'm driving along, headed back, and I had the game up and was listening to it, and one of our girls hit a 3, and he just out of nowhere hit a Pazuki. And I was like, oh, no, that's perfect. Like, we're going to roll with that one. And we sure enough did. And look at Band-Aid out there taking water to our white hat. Look at you go, Band-Aid.
Got to keep those guys hydrated. Always got to have somebody bringing them water. Get those guys on your side. Even if they don't think they're on your side, 50-50 balls, they'll remember who brought them water.
That's right. A good group watching that Mills game, too. 237 watching over there. So now here's the thing, though. You know what I got to look at? I got to see, because it's kind of not fair, because, technically our broadcast is spread across 2 channels.
That's true.
So, yeah, see, we got about 200 when you add the 2 channels going. So we're right there with them.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Bible doesn't have a stream, so their only way to watch that game if they didn't make that long trip is to you're going to have to get out there to watch it on the stream with Tripp and Darius Robinson. So D-Rob, the quarterback of the Arkansas Punisher semi-pro team here in Little Rock, and he's our game day analyst over there on that broadcast.
I feel like half of our crews have some ties to the Punishers this year.
We are the official side job of the Arkansas Punishers. Now Hampton, pitch the ball's on the ground again. Hampton picked it up, and the Hornets, what a hit in the backfield. Was that 33? Yes. Larry again.
33, Jonathan Frost, I think, was kind of the first guy there from the fumble. Made him cut back, and let Larry lay the wood there.
Who was that on the pitch? I think that was Sherwin this time. Really hope that wasn't Cleo Penn, as he's dropped a couple of them. He's had a hard time holding on to the ball, but I believe that might have been Sherwin who dropped that one. So they'll try this one again, 2nd down and 15. It's Hampton and Sherwin in the backfield. give it to Sherwin, left side, got room, good blocking by the Bears. Ooh, about broke the corner on that one. Instead, he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line, but make it a much more manageable 3rd and 6 here for the Bears.
Got just enough on him to get him out of bounds. Otherwise, that was going to be a big one. Bringing in a couple of bigger bodies here. Switching personnel up. Looks like you might have the tight end wing look again from him.
So 3rd down and 6 here for the Bears.
Tight end wing, I formation.
I think that's Penn who dots the I's. They move the tight end to the other side. And they'll pitch this one. Caught in the backfield. Hornets immediately. Penn, good job to get tiny and move through, but he only gets about 2, maybe 3 out of the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 3.
8.
Oh, we got a
Karsten. Looks like Karsten. You know, he kind of got. Looks like he got taken down a little bit. Whether it be a pancake, a hold. You know, not going to tell you, but looks like the offensive lineman tried to crawl off of him. Didn't make a big fan out of Karsten. He let him hear it afterwards. Stood over him. That's probably what the foul is. And you know we hear. Okay, it's not the first guy, it's the second guy that they're going to throw the flag on. We'll see if they do it both ways or if it's just on Karsten here.
Yeah, I looked at kind of our delayed replay over here on my end, and that's going to probably be on Hilliard. It's an interesting play. I think the ball was on the ground, and the offensive lineman was kind of bear crawling, pun intended, and was taking out Hilliard in the process, and Hilliard kind of took exception to it. So a long conversation here. We'll see what the call is on this PI roofing penalty.
They're trying to decide if they want to go both ways because let's see. There's one. Looks like it's just going to be that one.
Yeah, and I think they could have went both sides, and that's Moppin. You see him out there kind of hands stretched out. He's a little frustrated. But if you do go back and kind of watch that play, the lineman was bear crawling over Hilliard, and Hilliard was stuck under him and kind of being drugged down the field. And Hilliard jumped up and kind of just stood over top of him and taunted him.
That's what you'll see. You'll see that from the nasty O-lines. When I say nasty O-lines, it's a good nasty, right? They get a guy on the ground and they drag him. All right, they drag over him. They don't just get up off of them. They drag over him, kind of get them, let them know that they took him out that time, and Karsten just wasn't a big fan of it.
Hampton, that's a false start. They do not call it. Oh! Hampton wants to go deep, and boy, he was hammered on the throw. I think that's Bubba Johnson who got to him in the backfield.
Bubba Johnson was a half count away from forcing a fumble right there. Oh, it could have been much worse. Could have been a much better play for the Maumelle Hornets.
Yeah, so to your points on kind of the mauling offensive lineman who's crawling over you like that, you know, the first time that I saw that here at this field, it was a young man by the name of Andrew Chamberlain. You may
Never
know
heard
him.
of that guy.
But I watched him do that a couple of times, and to watch a 6'7", 320-pound junior just maul a dude, oh man, I felt so bad for that kid.
I think he
Hampton. They got him in the backfield again. Is that B.J. Beats?
Ball.
I think the ball's out. As Beats stripped it out, I think the Hornets got it.
Looks like Dalen Terryland ended up on top of it. Yes, he did.
Terry comes out with it, and I'm pretty sure it was B.J. Beats who caused it, and it was. As Beats comes out and meets with Coach Jackson on the way to the sideline. And boy, oh boy, what a play by the Hornets there to force the turnover.
Man, you know, you talked about Moppin. His forte is defense. What is that, our second, third turnover? That's a pretty big deal to force that many turnovers. We forced the Bears to put the ball on the ground a lot. Coach Hull is not going to be a big fan of that. You know, all next week, okay, protecting the ball is going to be number one on their list in practice.
And the Bears have struggled with ball security. It's been a lot of pitches that have bounced off chest, and Hornets done a good job of taking advantage, just ripping it out of there a couple times.
But I think Andrew Chambly's one of those that he checks the box for nasty.
Oh, without it, but you wouldn't know it talking to him. Off the field, never. Ooh, now Bjork going to keep it, going to go to the left side, got a couple of good blocks. Helmet comes flying out back at midfield. I think that's 56, John Bishop, who lost his head. And, boy, Bishop's going to have to come off the field for a play.
Now, the way Bishop was acting looked like he thought a guy pushed it off, but he didn't get a flag there, so he'll have to come off for a play.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what happened. I think it was too far behind the play. But
there's Bjork again, not afraid to put his shoulder down, get his nose in the middle of all the rough.
Oh, he did. The defensive lineman did. Ripped it right off his head and threw it. So second down.
Missed one there, but it'll be all right.
York gets it. We got a whistle on the play. Another PI roofing penalty. Going to be a false start on Maumelle.
The more I watch Hayden Sublett, the more I like this freshman, man. He's in there. He's mixing it up with these older dudes. I don't think he knows how old he is. I don't think he knows he's younger than all these guys. It doesn't matter to him.
He's got the size, that's for sure. He looks the part down there. And you know you're the part if you're moving up as a ninth grader playing in game one.
There we go.
Bjork gets it and gives it away to Johnson. And, boy, the Bears are in the backfield. Them strong legs churning by Johnson, but it don't matter. He's going to lose 2 on the play. And, you know, the one thing that struck me about Bubba Johnson, I remember having this conversation with Coach Michael Shook, the basketball coach here at Maumelle, and we were talking about some of these guys and how special they could be. And Bubba Johnson as a freshman, he said, Bubba Johnson, it's like coaching an adult. He said he eats perfect, he works out perfect, he does everything you want, but he's a ninth grader and you wouldn't expect it.
You love those guys. Love those guys that know how to do. And a lot of that comes from home. Big props to his guardians who he lives with.
Now Bjork looking, got a scramble as they get the pressure to him. Up over the middle, ball's tipped and caught. This ball is caught off the tip drill, trying to get the outside across the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and out of bounds at the 5-yard line is Timmons. But there's a couple of PI roofing penalty flags down on the field here, and we'll see what those are.
Looks like there's one, a holding at the line of scrimmage. I don't know. I didn't see it. They only sent about 3 guys. And there's another one at about the 3-yard line, and oftentimes you'd expect that to be a holding too. So really big play there. A crazy play, tip drill, but unfortunately looks like it's not going to matter.
I'm going to tell you, Tyler, I went back and watched the delay on my end, and I'm not sure who held because, to be honest, the defensive tackle completely blew our guy up and ran right through him.
Okay.
And he had a clear path to the quarterback. I'm not real sure who you got that hold on.
So I guess the question is, are they saying that our guy held on for dear life and just drug him down after the blow up? That's the only thing. And I don't know if you can see from that angle.
Now, it's hard to tell as our camera panned to follow the action, but yeah, that was interesting. So a PI roofing penalty negates the big play, and now it's 3rd down and 22 it looks like.
That's the second or third big one that's had to come back because of a flag.
Now Bjork. Little screen, caught, nice catch by Frost. Frost got to make a move. Oh, what a move. He made a move on Summons, but he can't make the next man miss as just Joseph Thompson takes the man down after just a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down and about 19.
And that wasn't just the next man, that was the last man. If he makes Joseph miss that, there's a 1st down, and odds are he's probably in the end zone right now. Timing wasn't great on that screen, right? He caught it in front of a couple of his blockers. Again, some of that first week stuff that you're going to get cleaned up once you see it on film, get your timing right, so those work exactly how they're designed.
Boy, he did. He definitely made Malachi Summons look like he had concrete boots on. So Timmons in to punt with 2:20 to go here in the half. Timmons got it and kick his way. It's a better kick. He's going to clear the head of the return man and roll inside the 10, inside the 5. And it's going to make it into the end zone, and so it'll be a touchback, and the Bears will start this drive from the 20.
Ooh, that was a close one. You could tell whenever those 3 gunners switched gears and saw they had a chance to get to it. That's a tough one, but it touched the end line.
Couple quick score updates for you. Obviously, Mills leads it in the second, 15-0. Pine Bluff trails Grenada, Mississippi, 16-7. Bentonville all over Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, 41-0 in the third. Jonesboro over West Memphis at the half, 16-0. Catholic, after their huge year last year, kind of surprised everybody. They lead North Little Rock 14-7 at the half. Fayetteville over Cabot, 33-7. And as we look, Marion 7-0 over Wynn. And our opponent next week, the Batesville Pioneers, they trail Searcy 23-13 in the second. Hampton gets the snap. Hornets bringing pressure. Throws a little wide as he was looking for Billings, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Again, they tried to run their little tunnel screen, had some pressure in his face. He completes that, and there's probably a pretty good amount of yardage there as they had it set up pretty good, but luckily, overthrew him just a little bit. Lived to play another down.
So there's somebody in our comments section that wants to know if the color commentator's single. She's asking for a friend. Her name is Shelby.
Yeah. So. Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, tell her just to give me a call.
Yeah. And there's the pressure. Oh, good job by Hampton. Oh, he's met in the hole. What a play by the Hornets there. As Hampton thought he had clear selling after he made a couple guys miss, and Hornets made him pay for it.
Let's just say full disclosure, that's probably my wife. So anybody out there?
I'm going to guess by the last name.
And I think that's my wife. So nothing going on there, nothing crazy.
She does have her last name. I just didn't want to say it yet. I wanted to have some fun with it. Wendy Potter wants to know what the likelihood is we could cover freshman games. Well, let's just say we might have a little something up our sleeve later in the season. Third down and 12, snap to hand. Oh, they're coming again. This little screen pass going to be caught by Billings. He's got room to run. Billings is going to be tackled at the 40 or the 37, 30. Well, we're going to all the way up to the 39-yard line, and that was just the right time to call that play by the Bears.
They came back to it. I'm telling you, on that first down, they had it set up. The ball just was a little too out in front of the receiver, so they came back to it, and they were able to complete it that time and able to get some yards. So came back to that same play. They saw something they liked and were just able to complete it.
I'll say thanks to our viewer, Zach Goodman. He says, we were talking about the viewers earlier. He said they may have more viewers, but we've got the superior broadcasting crew. So we'll take the kind words for sure. Hey, look, man, I ain't saying nothing bad about any of these other crews because we've got some good ones this year. I'm excited. Mills is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to miss our buddies Tyler and Carlton over there. They brought a different level of excitement and energy to the broadcast, and I'm happy for Tyler as he got himself a job with a TV station out in Oklahoma. So, exactly what we want. Obviously we're a startup, and we've been able to help some guys get to the next level of their career and what they want to do. Think of a guy, Jackson Collier was a guy who was writing for us, ended up over at Rivals, and now he's doing some other things as he's moved. And, he's got that law degree too, so he kind of moved on to that. But, we've had several guys that have come through our platform, and we're so happy to see these guys get opportunities in doing what they love.
Telling me he'd rather practice law? That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Now Hampton pump
they got
fake.
Stopped that time.
Well, they wanted the screen. It just wasn't there. Great defense there by the Hornets. They tried to pump that to the left and wanted to come back to Sherwin on the right, and Hornets did a good job tying him up right there at the line of scrimmage.
Can't come back to it too many times in a row. Going to make adjustments. Good coach is going to make those adjustments. Looks like the offensive coordinator over there, Coach Pazon, wasn't too happy with one of his players there. Maybe didn't do exactly what they wanted.
So 1:10 left in our first half. It's been an entertaining first half. Hornets lead it 13-0 on the heels of a Allen Timmons touchdown run to get the scoring started, and then a Bubba Johnson to Jonathan Frost 52-yard touchdown pass. Made it 13-0. Now Hampton wanting to go left. Instead, he's got to be pushed to the right side. As Candler was back there. Oh, and that was a dangerous throw as Worsham was driving down in on that play. Thought he might be able to get a pick.
And again, really good coverage on the back end there. Nowhere to go for the Bears to throw the ball. And then whenever you've got less than 2 seconds to get the ball off, it's a lot easier to cover a guy for 1.5 seconds than it is for 3 seconds. You got pressure and then guys that can cover quick off the snap. It's a deadly combination.
So Hampton, he'll get the snap, looking right immediately. He's got his man out there. He's trying to get around the corner here is Sherwin. Sherwin's going to be very close back inside. He's got a first down out to midfield. So under a minute to go in the half. That'll be a first down for the Bears, another Acre Pharmacy first down.
Good work by Sherwin. He bobbed in and out about 3 or 4 times to just get those last few yards to get the first down.
50 seconds, clock stopped as they reset the chains here. And it was enough for a first down out at the 49-yard line. Now the clock moving. Well, not yet. Now it is. Hampton going to go left into the slot. Up, bounces up. Did he pick it? He got that. Yes, he did. What an interception. What a play. Oh, no. The other official's going to overrule our official, our back judge here. And now I got to look at this and see if he caught it.
Your back judge said yes. Your line said no.
Oh.
I guess the line judge did have a better.
That's going to be a penalty on the sidelines, I think, on Maumelle. Is a late PI roofing penalty, and I think maybe Maumelle might have said a few words that our officials didn't like. So
It looked like the back judge had the better view on that one. But if it hit the ground, it hit the ground.
Yeah, I can't tell from the I went back on the play to see if Worsham, but it's kind of too far off on view to tell if he cleared. It sure looks like he caught it, though. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how the line judge could have actually made that call the way he caught it unless he just saw football hit the ground when he turned because Worsham's back was to him. But the PI roofing penalty is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hornets, and so that's 15 yards and another Acre Pharmacy first down.
And I didn't see down here who was on or anything, but that's – that's two negatives in a play, right? You lose the interception, but you don't want to compound that by giving them that free 15 yards.
And that goes back to the conversation I had with Maupin earlier this week and talking about just, the culture and character in this team and that those are the things he doesn't want the guys doing. And again, I don't know, that may have been one of the coaches on the sideline is now Maupin's not happy.
Careful.
Yeah, Maupin's going to have to be careful here.
There's somebody getting in between him. Looks like.
Yeah, that's our officer. Why is the name escaping me? Right, he's going to be so mad at me. My goodness gracious!
I think you spent 20 minutes talking.
No, we're not ready to play football here, y'all.
There's three refs that aren't even ready yet.
And Maupin has had to be kind of pushed back.
Coach Bertram.
Now he's back. Yeah, now he's back around Bertram. He wants more with the white hat.
Well, I think that's who he's trying to talk to. He's trying to talk to the white hat, but I think he was getting upset because, he had somebody else talking to him. He's trying to talk to the guy in charge. Coach Bertram came in. He was trying to calm everybody down, be the calming presence for everybody.
Yeah, Mop's still trying to get. And I'm actually surprised they're letting this go on this long.
Yeah, it's extended rather long. That's why I really wonder who that first one was on.
I mean, judging by the reaction of Mop right now, I got to believe maybe it was on him. But I don't know. I missed it.
He gets another one. That if it was on a coach, right, it counts towards him.
Right.
So if it was on a coach, you worry if he keeps it up too much, he gets that second one, and now he's gone again, right? So that makes you wonder, was it on a player that just said something, or was it a coach, and he's risking it all right here, hoping we don't get the second one. But the white hat's listening to him. He's not telling him this is what it is, and we're moving on.
Yeah, our camera was zoomed in. All I saw from our vantage point was the flag fly up. But you could tell it was thrown, whether it was a player on the sideline that said something, a coach, or one of the players out here at the edge of the hashes. I'm not sure, but this is a very extended discussion. And at this point, let's bring these guys some water so we can get a water break out of the deal. I don't know.
Steve, this is the longest I've ever seen a ref talk to a coach.
Thank you. Gosh.
I gave you a few minutes.
Thank you. I don't know why it wasn't coming to me. I was just sat down there and talked to him in pregame. Good job by Stroud to step in there and try to make cooler heads prevail. All right, we're back to football. It's Hampton. I think that's Sherwin in the backfield with him.
8. Okay, good.
And they're going to go deep over the middle and overthrow everybody.
They were looking for the wheel route. Number 8, Rivera, wheeled out down the sideline, covered really good by our corner out there. That was their first read. Took care of it pretty quickly. Looks like Frost was the guy that ran with him. Really good coverage there. Didn't have much anywhere else to go.
So 2nd and 10, 34 seconds left here in our first half of play. It's been all Maumelle, but good opportunity here for Sylvan Hills to close the gap before we get to our halftime. Now Hampton got pressure coming, trying to set up the bubble screen, nearly intercepted again as Billings couldn't hold on to it. And Wendy Potter asked how long we've been live streaming the game. So we officially started with football season and our agreement with Maumelle High School back in the 2021 football season. But we actually did 3 or 4 games during the pandemic season, the 2020 season, which is where we met up with our good buddy Coach Horton, and our relationship here began. Now Hampton looking left all the way. Now he's going to scramble, trying to throw it deep. It's not there. And look at the pressure. Great job as the Hornets get the sack in the backfield.
20.
If that's 20, it's Jonathan Williams.
Yeah, it was 20.
Okay,
Jonathan Williams. Yep.
Jonathan Williams on the sack. And our other question is, will we also cover away games? We will. We will be in Batesville next Friday night. Well, I don't know if you'll be in Batesville, but
We'll have to
I'll be
see
in
on
Batesville.
time. See on time and see if I can talk Steve into mileage too. You know, I don't know.
Hey, we like to carpool if possible, but if we got to figure something else out to make sure we're all there, we'll make it work. So we got week one is an extremely rough week for PCSSDs. Oh, high snap. Hampton brought it down, looking deep, going to just chuck it up into coverage. A lot of Hornets back there, bouncing around and intercepted. That's Frost who comes down with the interception at the 5-yard line. He high points it, takes it away, and I think he's cramping. I hope it's a cramp anyway. As Frost comes off the field, sits down immediately, Band-Aid right there waiting on him. And
see if I can see what they're doing.
We've also got an injured Bear on the field at the 5.
Yeah, Frost, they're cramping. They got that leg up, trying to stretch him out. Hopefully the Bears players just a cramp too. You hate to see somebody getting hurt, especially this early in the year. But we knew cramps were probably going to end up being an issue, right, with the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember last year that PA game. I didn't think we were going to have anybody left by the end of that game with the amount of cramping we had in that PA Robinson game last year.
Oh, yeah. It was hot out. It was hot then, too. And it was, see, we're nice in here, right? We got the AC last year at PE.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
The top of our tote, yep. Hey, the one thing I'll give PA credit for though was when that person came in there and started asking what we wanted to eat, and took our orders and brought us what. Now that was gold standard right there. I'm all about that.
Coach Moppin, come on now.
Horton, we're still waiting on food up here. Oh, you are not kidding.
Marlton has a spread.
Ooh, man. And it's something different every game. The only other place I've ever been that was that awesome was in our first year, if you don't know our history, our first year in 2020 during the pandemic, we went and did 13 games. No cost to the schools. We just went out and made sure people could see football during the pandemic. And we had the opportunity to go down to Malvern and do a Malvern game in their new press box. And the amount of food that they cooked for us that night, and it was all home-cooked food. Oh, my goodness gracious. It was incredible.
So step it up here. Anybody listening, you know we love food.
That's right. Hey, I remember when Big Baby's parents were here, they used to have food in that in booth all the time. Now Bjork here going to throw it away across the 10, across the 15, out to the 18-yard line. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little surprised we aired it out from the 5-yard line with 4 seconds to go in the half.
Did we call a timeout, or we just get the first down so the clock stops?
Let's see.
Looks like
we did call timeout. White Hat we called her last time. Can't take it with you. I guess might as well call it.
Got to be the last play here. So, I don't know that we're going to try and throw it deep. Something tricky here. I mean, you can't imagine you're going to try and chunk it from here. You can't reach the end zone from here. So it's got to be something special going on.
Yeah, I can't imagine Bjork's got a 84-yard arm.
You know what? If he does, awesome. But man, that's a lot to ask.
Yeah. Hey, if he does, that highlight film's going viral in a hurry.
May not be a quarterback competition anymore either.
No.
Next year.
Now Bjork, he's just going to take off quarterback draw up the middle, across the 25, out across the 30, and going to be thrown down at the 36-yard line, and that'll do it for our first half of play. Little talking as we end the half. Cooler heads prevail as both teams make their way to the sidelines, and that'll do it for our first half of play. After 2 quarters, your Hornets lead it 13-0. Join us for our Akel's halftime show here in just a few minutes.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
Senior co-captain, Kiara James. Sophomore, Rihanna Chapman. Sophomore, Lazaria Sanders. Senior, Ava Miles. Senior, Peyton Allen. Senior, Victoria Kane. Sophomore, Jaden Rudd. Sophomore, Cameron Forte. Sophomore, Leah Petty. Junior, Abby Galley. Senior, Mia Farr. Junior, Kirsten Weigel. Senior, Janila Jones. Senior, Nadia Gaddy. Senior, Kaden Evans. Senior, LaKayla Wilson. Junior, Jansen Scarborough. Senior, Jonasia Hobbs. Sophomore, Layla Jones. And freshman, Kayara Batiste. And now we'd like to announce our winner of our drawing for the basketball, Melanie Carter. Melanie Carter, you're the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sylvan Hills Marching Band.